The single most valuable thing you can create as an agent isn't your sphere, your follow-up, or your marketing. It's the listing, the data, the exposure, and the leverage that comes with controlling where a home shows up. Right now, there's a quiet fight over who owns that, and the honest answer is, it might not be you. If the rails your listings run on change, you can lose control over where your own listings show up. And control is the thing that protects your value to a seller. Let me show you the three forces deciding this and exactly what each one does to your business. First, I'm Doug Smart, co-founder and tech stack developer of Smart Agent Alliance, an eXp Realty sponsor team. We help agents work more effectively and efficiently by bringing together the resources from Smart Agent Alliance, the Wolfpack, and eXp Realty into one organized agent portal. Our agents get access to a personalized link page, marketing templates, an agent attraction funnel, elite training, and systems they need to build both production and revenue share. And because we're part of the Wolfpack, eXp's fastest growing sponsor with the highest retention, our agents have access to weekly masterminds and one of the strongest support communities at eXp, all for no cost to our agents. Force number one, the day your listing stops belonging to the MLS. Think about what gives you control on a listing. You hold it, you decide how the home gets marketed, when it goes live, and how you negotiate from there. That control is a big part of your value to a seller. Now picture that decision where your listing goes and when, being made for you by a system you don't own and never choose. That's not hypothetical, it's being built right now. Brokerages are creating their own private listing exchanges that decide where a listing goes before it ever reaches an MLS. The clearest example launched this year, run by a major data company, with two of the biggest brokerage groups in the country signed on first. Here's what that means for you in plain terms. Whoever owns that pipeline sets the rules on your listing. If it's your brokerage, that control works in your favor. If it's someone else's, you're basically renting access to your own work. And the MLS, the system you've relied on to distribute listings, is being pushed to the side while this happens. So the real question for you is simple. As control over listings moves into someone else's hands, is it going to be a hand that's on your side? Force number two, who decides when your listing goes public? And what's that worth? This one's about timing, and timing moves money. When a listing first hits the open market, that moment shapes how many offers come in, how much urgency buyers feel, and where the price lands. Right now, the MLS largely controls that timing for you. The second force would hand that control back to you and your seller. An industry consultant described it this way: a listing would still go into the MLS so other agents can see it. That part stays required. But when it shows up publicly on the portals like Zillow and other agents' websites, becomes a separate choice you and your seller make on your own timing. His point is that private doesn't mean hidden. The home is fully available to every agent working inside the MLS. It just isn't blasted across the public internet the moment you take the listing. For you, that's the difference between launching a home on a strategy you chose versus a clock you don't control. In a slower market especially, picking the right moment to go public can mean more money for your seller and a stronger negotiation position for you. Quick thing before we go further. If you find this useful, subscribe. We push this kind of breakdown every week, and it's the easiest way to make sure the next one finds you. Force 3. The moment agents quietly give their leverage away. This one's about how you control without noticing, and why it hits your bottom line. Every time your listing displays on a portal through IDX, you get a little traffic, and the portal gets your data, your selling attention, and eventually the buyer lead that should have been yours. The CEO of one of the largest privately held brokerages in the country has gone so far as to question whether IDX was a mistake from the start, arguing brokers traded away control of their most valuable asset for a trickle of portal traffic. I'll be fair to the other side because it protects you too. Another well-known broker put it bluntly: the whole point of the MLS is so we don't go back 4 years ago when you didn't know what was even for sale. If someone puts their data into private silos, the agent with the fewest listings loses, because they lose access to everyone else's. So take back control cuts both ways. Great if you're positioned for it, dangerous if you're isolated. Which side you land on depends almost entirely on your brokerage. What this means for your next paycheck and the next 5 years. Here's the whole thing in one sentence. Control over where your listings go is shifting. And when the dust settles, some agents will have real say over their own listings, and some will be stuck asking permission to use their own work. The difference comes down to your brokerage. The ones that own or lock in their own way to distribute listings hand that control to their agents. The ones that don't leave you at the mercy of whatever the portals and the big platforms decide next. So this isn't a theory question, and it really isn't about the MLS. It's about you. How much of your visibility, your leads, and your control over your own listings depends on systems you don't own. And is anyone at your brokerage actually building you an alternative? If the answer is nobody, that's a gap worth closing this year, not 5 years from now. And since all this varies by MLS and is changing fast, check what's true in your own market before you make a move on it. And hey, if this makes you open to other brokerages, check out our 18-minute inside look. It's the fastest, cleanest breakdown of EXP you'll find anywhere. The link's in the description. And if you want to strategize what your business would look like at EXP, we're happy to talk. Contact info is also in the description. Want the seller conversation that protects your listings? It's on screen now. And to see who really controls pre-market listings, watch that one too. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.